Reporting live from the Music City of Nashville, the IMGA Media Group Association would like to introduce one of the newest and best kept secret media broadcasting personalities. And you're now listening to The Rush Hour with Grand Marquis.
IMGA Media Broadcasting Network, one of the newer sources to the Music City of Nashville, and you're now listening to The Rush Hour with Grand Marquis, and we have a brand new, talented musical guest with us tonight by the name of Zai Develle. What's happening, man?
Man, how y'all doing?
All right, man. Man, I'm gonna start out tonight, man, to ask you, what is a typical day like for you as an artist, man?
It consists of just basically writing music, producing music. I done got into beat making a little bit with a program I'm using on my iPad. But yeah, making music. I spend a lot of time rehearsing music with my bandmate, and we like to have a lot of practice sessions. But generally, a day consists of just regular work schedule. I do real estate. That's how I earn my income, and I basically do a little real estate for a few hours, and then I get right into the music. And that can be anything from finishing up a song to doing a little marketing to actually going out here and actually performing in actual Nashville and going to places like that. But I'm pretty active, and at this time right now it's all about the EP, and we're pushing that right now. But the day consists of basically just getting out there and working on music on the norm. Music's what I do, and I spend a lot of time doing it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And do you have any formal music teachers or education, or what was your call into music? As was it a special gift, or?
It was always had a voice, but I never knew how to use it. Basically, I had to learn how to sing, and I really didn't write any songs or rap any songs for my own song or make any songs until I was about 18 or 19, and my freshman year of college, I freestyled with my friends. I started freestyling. That was my first time being introduced to freestyle, and it worked for me. And we used to practice in our dorm room, and it's something I picked up. And once I transferred to TSU, I got my first recording equipment around 21, 22, that age, and from there I just took off. It was something that I had knew that I was pretty good at it, but it was something I had to keep working at, and after a while it got to a point where I felt like it was pretty good and I need to do something with it. Let's take it to the next level.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And would you like to share with us any perhaps previous musical experience that you may have, man?
The previous musical experience I have, a song in the choir when I was a child. I'm the son of a pastor and a pastor's wife, so I was in church a lot, so I sang in the choir. I never led a song, and that's pretty much all the experience I had outside of training myself, practicing with, I took vocal lessons at Tennessee State. I had another vocal teacher when I went back and forth to Atlanta, creating the EP, and that was a little training, but for the most part, I was self-taught how to, create songs, and self-taught how to come about the formula. And also I do have to add that in. When I went to Atlanta, I was around a team and producers and songwriters, and they taught me a lot. And I'm a very attentive person, so a lot of times when I see things that I can be able to pick up or learn from someone, I like to gravitate to it. So it wasn't really much training, but I learned from the little resources like a teacher and having that outlet in Atlanta. And for the most part, I just put it together. It came from a lot of practice, basically.
Right.
A whole lot of practice.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Who are some of your musical influences, man?
When I was younger, it used to be people like Kanye and, I love Michael Jackson. I love, who else do I love? That's a good question, actually. That's a good question.
Yeah, I know.
It's multiple artists that I love. I really don't have an actual favorite, but just know I'm a fan of all music. I love all genres. Right now, I love Drake. I love, I can listen to Future. Listen to a lot of the music, the hip hop music that's coming out. Kendrick Lamar, of course. and those are some of the influences, and I like to listen to them and grab what I can from it. But for the most part, I'm actually a big fan of myself, because I know myself more than I know any other artist. I know the ins and outs of myself, so I'm really a big fan of myself now. But currently, growing up, I'm a big fan of all the the hip hop artists, and anybody putting out music. I just like seeing people do what they love to do.
That's real, man. And again, people, we got Zai Develle in the building tonight, and how important, man, is having a great image for your field of work, man?
Very important, very important. Relationships, when you're doing music and you're introducing yourself and you're putting your music out there, it's very important to handle yourself with a certain prestige, handle yourself with a certain type of character that you can be able to carry on to different outlets. And people look at that. They really do pay attention to how you carry yourself image-wise. So I always want to keep myself fresh, make sure I'm looking good, make sure the music is quality, make sure I have product with me if need be, whatever situation it may be as it relates to music. But image is very important. First impressions are first impression. People do look at that, and it doesn't mean you can't change the perception of how people think of you, but first impressions are very important, and the image is very important. So I spend a lot on the brand and making myself look like what I'm putting out.
Right.
I don't want to have some good music and not really have a great image behind it.
Great image, right. And folks, this IMGA Media Group Broadcasting Network is brought to you by Millennium Outreach and Media and Positive House Productions. How do you get people, man, to take you seriously as a songwriter or a musician?
Just put it out. I mean, that's a good question. But you just put it out. It's a lot of people that does music, a lot of people that produce music, and it's a lot of people out here just like the NFL or the NBA. It's like that 1%. It's not easy to make it to the industry, make it inside the industry. So you got to really, really work hard at it. And I put it out. I practice it. I work hard at it. I don't just write songs, and if it's something I don't like about it, I don't just put it out.
Right.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna change the song. I'm gonna take whatever it is that I don't feel I like about it, and I'm trying to really, really compare myself or compare the music that I create to industry professionals that's already out there. And you basically get people to take it serious. Just put it out there and be serious about it. Just like a person that like a crackhead. I didn't mean to bring it up, but basically like a crackhead, a person out there on the street, panhandling and asking for change, they're gonna take them as a panhandler or a person that is a street dweller. So
right.
If I'm out there putting myself out there as an artist, pushing it, singles, mixtapes, EPs, put myself out there, and once they listen to it, I'm all big on products. And once you listen to it, it's all she wrote. Right. You're gonna become a fan off listening to one song. Just one song, because I really do feel that big about my music, but I like the people to be the judge of that. So
right.
Just put yourself out there, follow your heart. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to challenge yourself and put your music out there. You're gonna have critics all over, but as long as you're putting yourself out there, you will generally get a good response.
Right, and it's good to have that confidence as an artist, man.
Absolutely. That's probably number one. You gotta have the confidence.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also, man, how do you usually handle mistakes, man, during a live performance, man?
You keep going. You don't never pay attention to the mistakes that you have on stage. And the people, a lot of people don't know that, but people don't even notice your mistakes. You can be on stage and you'll be performing, and it's something that you'll be said or missed. And people won't know they so into the performance that you can continue, and they'll think it's part of the performance. Actually, my first performance that I ever done, probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I actually forgot the whole second verse to it. And it was a verse that I had a friend of mine, it was his verse, but he wasn't in town, so I had to perform the whole song myself. Right. And I forgot his verse, so I freestyled it. And I didn't stop and pause and anything like that, and the people knew exactly, people thought that I was, it was part of the performance. They didn't notice. So just keep going. Don't never take time out to acknowledge the problem. That's the worst thing you can do.
That's what's up, man. Please remember to check us out on Facebook at the IMGA Media Group Broadcasting Network, and also on Twitter at the IMGA Media Group at IMGA Radio, and myself on Twitter at the Black God at Grand Marquis 4. So what's your opinion, man, on some of the typical mistakes that people make in the midst of trying to pursue this type of career?
I think, and this is just this is subjective. In my opinion, one of the mistakes people do is not investing in themselves. And what I mean by that is, I had made that mistake myself, not necessarily investing in myself and, you know, thinking I can get other people to do certain things, or you know, things that come together a certain way if I tell a person to do something. And if something's not working or something's not going a certain way, you have to put yourself out there and do it yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your ideas, and that's the best way to go about it. If somebody's not doing something or something's not working with a certain person or a certain person you're working with, then it's okay to still go out here and outbranch to get the job done. So that's investing in yourself. Don't be afraid to spend money on yourself. You have to spend money to get where you need to get. And the people that spend money and put money behind themselves, they are usually all the ones that have a really good product and something they can stand behind. The people that try to shortchange it and don't want to get their songs mixed and mastered professionally, don't want to spend the money. I've been there at this stage, so I know. And I took my music to professionals in Atlanta, and they were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, bro, you got talent, you can write, but at the same time, your music it needs to be professionally done. So I had to learn the hard way. So invest in yourself and make sure you put money behind your product. You know, it's very important because people see that. There's so many people that's creating music out here that if your music is not quality, they're gonna automatically, you know, take you out of that conversation.
That's absolutely right, man. And what personal advice, man, would you give to others wanting to pursue this type of career?
Make sure it's something that you love to do. This is something I love to do. I don't have to get paid to do it. Nobody will have to make me do it. Nobody have to motivate me to do it. I love music. I love creating music. Always have. And I'm a big fan of music. So even if I had another job doing something else, I'm actually an electrical engineer major. So even if I was an engineer, I still would be doing music, still be creating music. So you have to do it. It have to be something you love to do, and that's for anything in life. If it's something you love to do, generally you have to make yourself do it, and from there you find the resources to get it done, and you get it done.
Right, absolutely, man. And again, you're now listening to the Rush Hour with Grand Marquis with our special guest Zai Develle.
Zai Develle, let's get it.
Yes. And if you had to do this all over again, man, would you still choose the path of this career? And if so, would you do anything differently, man?
I mean, if we can go back to go back in the past, of course there's things that I wouldn't walk into, or certain things that I know, lessons that I wouldn't walk into that I would have to learn later. I would basically learn from those or know better and not do them. But as it's cliche, but everything that I went through in life actually made me who I am and provided the path for me where I am now. So I wouldn't change a thing for that purpose. I mean, for that reason only. I wouldn't change a thing. And I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting wiser, and life gets better with age. In my opinion, it gets so much better because you get wiser and you know how to handle things, and stress just falls off you. But yeah, I wouldn't change a thing because it made me who I am. It made me strong. It made me a man I could depend on. And those lessons I had to experience in one way or the other, or else I would never experience it. So obviously I had to experience it. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
And that's real talk, man. And give the listeners some info, man, on where everyone can find you in the social world, man.
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Zai Develle. That's ZAI_DEVELLE. And I'm also on Facebook. My first and last name, Zai Yancey, ZAIYANCEY. And if you want to listen to my music, I'm on Spinrilla. I just released the EP recently. It's hot as a firecracker. You can check that out. Type in my Zai Develle on Spinrilla. And I'm also on SoundCloud. Type in Zai Develle on SoundCloud. You'll see me there, and they'll pop right up. And you can also just Google Zai Develle. The combination of Zai Develle, it's not a combination like that, so I'll pop right up. So yeah, you can catch me on that, and yeah. All
right, man. And last but not least, family, we would like to end our show with some incredible talent from the futuristic Zai Develle. And thanks for tuning in only on the Rush Hour with Grand Marquis. We got a little something special for y'all, so I'm going to move out the way and let y'all get some of this talent, man.
Yeah, we most definitely got something special. I do hip-hop, and as well as I do pop and other genres. I have a band, and this is my bandmate right here, Roy Harmon. He's my buddy right here, and he's an incredible guitarist.
I call her a vulture, I call her tempting, I call her hot. I fell in love with a wild girl, I rock with a bad girl. just for a while. Now I got a girl with an attitude, a whole lot of body and some crazy moves. And she love to dance, she like to move, yeah. She like to dance and move. I let her dance and move. I told her go ahead and dance. Go ahead and dance and move. I told her go ahead and dance, yeah. Go ahead and dance and move. Keep her some money to keep her flying, yeah. Just in case that she run into Mr. Right, yeah. Don't know what she do, but say it pay bills. Ain't no good night with you, my ticket out here. Her gift is persuasion, yeah, she a bombshell. She know what she doing, yeah, and I can tell. Cause her daddy was a wild one. I guess that explains why she's a wild girl. She say good music set the whole night. I feel good with drinks and I'm dancing all night. I told her go ahead and dance. Go ahead and dance and move. Go ahead and dance, yeah. Go ahead and dance and move. Some might call her a vulture. I call her tempting, I call her hot. I fell in love with a wild girl. I rock with a bad girl just for a while. Now I got a girl with an attitude, a whole lot of body and some crazy moves. And she love to dance, she like to move, y'all.